Fuck, it's hard to hold the phone like that for so long. My hands are like...
Oh, how ironic. Your hands are numb and
No.
we got cut out.
I think we got cut out because it's been an hour now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been an hour now. Anyway, there is no sound. They can't hear us. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
And they can't hear us.
Of course. But you know, this has been, this is what's been going on. If you see Facebook, for example, lots of people, here's the thing.
But they can't hear us, I think.
Should I
one more time.
get off and come back?
I will have to get off as well. I don't know. Can you hear us?
I can hear you perfect.
Oh, we can. Okay, they can. The Russians cannot. Sound is okay. Okay.
Oh, no.
Wait, let's see.
We said the word. We said the word.
Так, а по-русски вы можете слышать по-русски? Есть звук. Окей, окей.
We said the word too many times in one. We said.
No. Putin is good. No.
I know.
Putin not sure.
If I say he's good, then half the world I'm evil. You're always gonna be good and bad.
No, I believe that that Russia is kind of like it's a very powerful people there.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's always has been. But
who knows? Maybe they have some contract. Maybe they're obligatory. You have to do something. You don't know, right?
We don't know. Someone says, "Why don't you speak about Bill Gates on your channel?" What? Okay. You or me? I don't have a channel.
What do you think about Donald Trump? Have you heard about the situation with kids that they were rescued from this stupid, I don't know, I don't know, it's hard to believe.
Yes, the child sex trafficking.
Yes.
Of course you've heard about it. You think that's not true?
I don't know.
Why has children sacrifices always been the formula for darkness? Why since the beginning of time have the children wanted to be sacrificed? You want me to tell you, obviously? The reason is because of innocence. When we go afraid, our brain produces cortisol, right? The reason, these bananas are killing me. Hold on. Okay. Muslims and Jews, when they prepare meat, Muslims have halal and Jews have kosher, right? Regardless of the prayers, it doesn't, because these way of preparing meat is thousands of years older than these religions. The reasons, number one, they let the animal move around. Why? Because when you move around and you get activity, you feel good. All animals, okay?
Yeah.
But when it comes time to slaughter them, to kill them, they blindfold the animal and cut its throat. Why? So it doesn't know it's going to die.
Yeah.
Because if it releases fear, it releases the cortisol in the blood. Yeah. And what happens is the reason they cut the throat is not because it's nice. It's because when it releases from the first pain, that blood goes this way and goes out the throat and doesn't get into the body. So thus the meat doesn't have the chemical of cortisol in it, on it, through the blood veins.
Yeah.
Okay? So because you don't want the bad energy. But if you were evil, you want the bad energy.
Короче говоря, подожди, дай я переведу. Он говорит, что у мусульман и у евреев, у мусульман халяль, да, это мясо, которое они едят, у евреев, как оно называется, Jewish, it's
Jewish kosher.
Кошерное, да.
And Islam is halal.
Halal, я знаю, yes. Но и получается, что то есть это тысячами лет еще, даже старше, чем религия, да, этот способ приготовления, не то что приготовления, а забирание жизни у животного для того, чтобы кортизол, который вырабатывается, да, гормон стресса во время того, как убивают животное, в первую очередь их животные, которые они кушают, халяль или господи, только что говорили, кошер, они, животные, гуляют, и когда их убивают, они закрывают им глаза, и потом они как бы перерезают им артерию, чтобы даже вот этот страх и вот этот гнев, и не то что гнев, а страх и вот этот гормон кортизол выходил, стресс, да, выходил с кровью. А если ты дьявол, evil, ну не то что дьявол, а вот как бы питаешься вот этой темной энергией, то тебе нужен как раз кортизол, нужен страх. Это мы сейчас говорим про детей, о которых они... So do you think they were really like drinking the blood of kids?
When have they not been?
Он говорит, что это не недавнешние события, что всегда
When
это
have there
было.
not been sacrifices
Что
to
всегда детей
God?
или там девственниц приносили в жертву для того,
Always.
чтобы... Да, для того, чтобы
The whole world always has, always.
питаться
Vikings
темной
would
энергией.
go, the Vikings of Norway and Sweden would go and conquer, go and invade every spring. They would get some people, then they would, before the big invasions of of East Anglia, what's now known as England, yeah, they would get drunk off of alcohol and mushrooms, and then sacrifice the people they captured to Odin, the god of war. And then they would attack in the sunrise. Everywhere around the whole world, sacrifices have been given to God, into what they say is their God and their God of war, etc., etc., etc. This is the oldest story in the book. Cain killed Abel. Why? Because God gave Abel more recognition than him. Abraham was asked to slaughter his child. Everybody, the slaughtering to unseen forces in which you call God or spirits is the oldest trick in the book. The oldest trick in the book to gain favor of a spirit you can't see. So all of a sudden now people are acting like this is so crazy. They need to do some research.
Let's say, okay,
They
maybe
need to do some research into
I
human history.
understand. I understand it's been there, but it always seemed that it's been there so far away that somewhere there, and
Of course.
someone does it who we don't know. What about this Hollywood? Like they say, it's many people involved, from the politicians, from the Hollywood, from the sports industry. Is that true?
I mean, of course, because the desire to have money and then fame, or fame and then money, is the same circle, right? The same circle. You hear example. Let me give you an example. So the genie. Everyone knows the genie. The genie story of Arabian deserts, right? The genie, it's a person who's walking endlessly through the deserts, trying to find something. And the mirages appear, where the illusions of waterfalls, right, appear. When you're at your weakest point, you find the lamp. Rub the lamp, the genie appears. The genie is the Arabic word, comes from the Arabic word jinn, which means demon or spirit, right? Mm-hmm. And the genie will give you the genie. You want to say the genie will give you 3 wishes. The genie can give you kingdoms, fame, fortune, but the genie can never give you, genie, I want peace in my heart. Genie, I want to feel love. Genie can't do these because emotions are what's real. The genie can only create the fabric of reality and create the spider web of the illusion of a castle for you to give your soul in exchange for this castle, exchange for this fame. It's the oldest story known to man, but you see it in a lot of these celebrities. When Lady Gaga is talking about selling her soul for fame, when all of the rock musicians of the 60s and 70s, why do you think they all had the satanic worship in the messages? Because the drugs put them into a state of vibration to open the channels for the genie to come.
This is so fucking fucked up. Oh my God.
Of course, but it doesn't just happen. You have to ask for it.
Fucked up, motherfucker.
Like how? Let me ask you a question. How does a possession happen? possession doesn't just happen. You're not just sitting here, then all of a sudden a dark spirit enters your body. No, you have to invite it into your temple. So, and hold on, fear is the invitation for what you call darkness to enter. For example, if I'm in an ayahuasca ceremony and someone creates fear, this fear can come and purge it out, blah, and it comes to me. If I go, then it comes into me. But if there's no fear, it cannot enter the temple.
Yeah.
So fear is what gives us the ability for the dark forces to control us.
I know that, darling. You know, I've seen the last ayahuasca ceremony we had in Peru.
The end of
I've
days.
seen the fucking end of the world. Can you believe
Yeah,
that?
I can't believe it.
I know, but remember when I stood up, when I was like,
in the Amazon.
Yeah, at the Amazon, we were together with Omar in Peru, and the light. It's so funny because I was going through the videos when I was recording. I was saying that today we're gonna do the third ceremony because the first ceremony was nice. We were just doing two of us. Second one, you know, it was 20 minutes for me because of the shaman. It wasn't like really my shaman. Anyways, so the third night when we did it, I felt like I was saying during the day that tonight I'm gonna see every single corner of this universe, and you're gonna show it to me. I just say that just random like that, and I fucking saw the entire fucking corner of every universe. How random is that? But I saw the part. Listen. That the evil through the people, like through the humans,
vessels,
were
exactly
eating.
Evil is a spirit,
just
like goodness is a spirit, and we are computers with programs, and in essence we can invite it in to infest itself like a virus, and then everything we see through the eyes becomes a result of what we put in. We want goodness, then we invite goodness. That's why you pray. You pray to God, so to speak, of whatever religion or angels or whatever, or to the earth, because you want goodness, the essence of goodness to come in through your breath. Well, if you want darkness to come, get a bunch of people in the circle and have sacrifices. Sacrifice humans. Watch how fast darkness comes.
Fucked up.
It's the oldest stories in the book, all the books. And so to think that these people, see, the word personality comes from the Greek word persona, which means one who wears a mask on stage. Greek actors would go on stage and hold the mask. Remember, like they hold it. Yeah. Right? And you see that same symbolism when you see like certain movies when they're going to the dark and they hold the mask and they're walking around the ball and, oh, who are you? You know, in Rome, ancient Rome, they would have these parties and they would all be handed a mask of a different god or goddess from Greek and Roman mythology. Yeah. And in those parties, a man could sleep with other men. A woman can be taken by 5 slaves at the same time. It didn't matter because this was just a way to feed the gods, to have them out of the way. For example, Halloween is the same concept. That in what is it called? Mardi Gras. You know, there's the Day of the Dead. Why does everyone dress up like skeletons that day? Because the concept comes from very, very old times. Because they want the spirits to think that they're already evil to leave them alone. Why do they go and they slaughter animals and put the blood on the land, hoping that the spirits come to consume the blood and get stuck in the land to use it to grow? So there's an unseen force of good and evil that is involved in every single thing that you see, involved in every single person. And that's going to be either 51% good or 51% bad in every breath you inhale based off of your thoughts. Yes. And when we live in fear, we are inhaling fear and opening the door for darkness or evil to invade your mind like a parasitical virus, to invade your soul.
Okay, let me just translate a little bit, mother, father, sister, brother. You can go
Sorry, I don't know. I need to learn Russian immediately.
I know.
Maybe we call Bill Gates. Maybe he can put the chip in my head, and then I go, and then I speak Russian. Imagine.
Я одну только переведу фразу из всего того, что он сказал,
We
потому
shouldn't
что...
say that because that's exactly how we can convince everyone to take it. The chip. He's like, we can speak every language at the same time. Take the chip. And I'm like, fuck, this is a good chip.
Короче говоря, коротко просто переведу, очень коротко, что вот, допустим, он ведет церемонию, да, церемонию айваска, и когда люди пугаются, что происходит вообще, когда люди пугаются? Это такой период вообще темная энергия питается страхом. Поэтому я вам всегда говорю, что бояться ничего не нужно. Ну, конечно, тяжело это просто сказать, давайте ничего не бояться, ой, мы ничего не боимся. Это невозможно, по щелчку не работает. То есть это нужно работать своим сознанием. Это нужно четко верить не то, что в Бога, а знать, что Бог есть часть тебя настолько, потому что ты питаешься энергией света через любовь, созидание, всепрощение, как во всех религиях говорится. Но это лирика. И получается, вот он говорит, когда мы работаем, он делает церемонию, и какой-то человек пугается, да, и он пугается, его как раз вот этот темный страх выходит, и он говорит, если я напугаюсь, то я вдыхаю этот страх, как темная энергия, также парализует меня. Но когда у тебя есть вот как раз-таки вот это вот твоя осознанность, любовь, и вот в твоей реальности не существует страх, он не существует, и мы не говорим о том, про страх, там, не знаю, упасть с 5-го этажа, ничего не сломать, мы не про это говорим. Мы говорим про страх как энергию, как то, что нас может испугать, как то, что мы не уверены немножко в своих силах, или там, допустим, кто-то может что-то нам навредить, или что-то еще. Если ты чувствуешь своим сердцем, и твое сердце несет это как правду, раньше, вот помните, умирали, за флаг могли умереть, там, это моя родина, я ее не предам. И человек за веру умирал, да, и как бы у него не было страха, потому что он в это верил. У него не было вот этого коридора для вот этой темной энергии, да, сила духа, спасибо, что подсказываете. То тогда в твоем presence, как это сказать-то? Ну, вы понимаете, да, в твоем...
Essence?
Presence, I'm trying to say, I'm trying to find the word in Russian.
For Russian, spirit.
Ну да, можно сказать, в твоем сознании, в твоем состоянии,
Or
в твоем
essence,
духе нет страха. И тогда тебя не может сковать, и в тебя не может проникнуть эта темная энергия. Понимаете? Поэтому очень важно излучать любовь, очень важно в твоем поле даже сознания, да. Очень важно изучать любовь, и очень важно жить в гармонии, в сознании, в осознанности, в светлой энергии, в божественной, в любви. Все, что Бог несет, все, что было написано всегда, люби, прощай, не знаю, там, не вреди, не убей, там, и так далее. Вот это как раз-таки убирает эту темную энергию. Но, а все остальные вот эти вот мрази, я извиняюсь, другого слова не найду, питаются темной энергией. Поэтому, когда мы смотрим с вами вот то, что у нас вот эта энергия подпитывает, даже те же новости плохие, я вообще телевизор не смотрю годами. Зачем мне смотреть на негатив, на чужой? Зачем мне вбрать в себя эту энергию? Я ее отталкиваю. И тогда в вашем сознании, состоянии, в вашей реальности отсутствует эта темная энергия. Она просто не может к вам проникнуть. Вас не могут достать, вам не могут навредить. Я всегда об этом говорю. Девочки, любовь. Любовь, любовь. I got a message. Just one person make me smile like that. You know that. Anyway.
So where were we at?
I was just saying about the fear. How fear feeds the bad spirit. How it feeds the...
It's the food.
Yeah, вообще он питается... темная энергия питается страхом. Поэтому никакого
Fear
страха.
Is the food that feeds
Страх
the
это
spirits
еда,
that you call darkness.
которая питает темные силы.
It's the invitation
это
for them to come
приглашение.
sit in the temple.
Приходи, говорит, ко мне в мой храм. И как раз таки вот, you know, I like when in the Quran.
Hold on, real quick. A bunch of people are messaging saying, Omar, I can't believe you believe in the chip. I am in no way believing in the chip at all. the only way they're going to put a chip in me is in my dead body when they kill me, and then they got to put a chip inside and bury me. Like no chips, okay? No chips, people. Okay.
Anyway, I like how they're saying about this in Quran, and I want you to explain this in English as well. That вот в Коране сказано, я рассказывала вам, и говорится, мне очень нравится, как там объясняется по поводу даже, да, jinn, about this bad spirit. When you take a lot of alcohol, it changes your mind. So that's also the door for the bad spirits. Что в Коране сказано, что когда человек меняет сознание под воздействием, допустим, алкоголя, именно почему джин? Джин это и есть, вот как он говорит в переводе с арабского, по-моему, спирит, темная сила. И почему алкоголь называется джин, правильно? Что именно когда ты выпиваешь определенную дозу алкоголя, которая начинает подтемнять твой разум, у тебя открывается дверь для как раз-таки вот этого темной силы. Поэтому многие люди потом не могут поверить, что они приходят, что они такое, злого духа, да, что они вытворяют. Вы знаете, под алкоголем нажрутся, напьются, на следующий день: я это сделал, о, я убил, я расчленил, такого быть не может. Кстати, и почему-то об этом не говорят. На телевидении мы каждый день видим новости о том, что кто-то кого-то убил под алкоголем, но при этом алкоголь никто не запрещает. А это самое первое страшное дьявольское создание, которое как раз-таки впускает в себя, в первую очередь, человек в свой храм своей души, это будучи пьяным. Потому что в этом измененном сознании как раз в тебя входит вот этот дьявольский дух. Я вот так вот. И в Коране это сказано, между прочим. Это не моими словами сказано. И я в это действительно верю. И я считаю, что там оно есть. So, can you explain, because in Islam, in Quran, it explains that the jinn, when you take the alcohol, right, which is also called the jinn, you get. Tell me, can you explain this in English?
Yeah, of course. So from the Islamic explanation, yeah. So a lot of the stuff in Islam is explained much better because the Quran, which means resuscitation, is 636 years after Jesus. So you have all of the Jewish teachings, then you have Jesus's incarnation, and then you have 600 years of contemplation, and then you have Muhammad come. So of course, so it's a lot better, more detailed because it has hundreds of years of contemplation, of course. So and it all comes from the same area because Arabian Peninsula. Jesus didn't come from Italy, you know. So he was most likely Syrian or Jordanian. So based off the closeness to John the Baptist. But
so what did they say in Quran about alcohol and about the jinn?
In the realm, and the Kabbalah speaks a lot of the different spirits. So there are spirits of fire, spirits of smoke. There are spirits that can come through, like that are in what we call purgatory. There are many forms of spirits. In Arabic, the word jinn, D-J-I-N-N, is where the word demon comes from. Now, demon, even to the time of the Greeks, daemon, D-A-E-M-O-N, was not good or bad. It just means spirit. But a jinn, as we're talking with alcohol, there are realms of dark spirits. For example, we know the stories from children. All world has same stories. Ghosts, goblins, right? Yeah. Ghouls, a ghoul. Ghoul is where the word al-ghul, alcohol, comes from. Al-ghul, K-H-U-L. Al-ghul means the ghoul. Because when you drink enough alcohol, then you give your body possession of your darkness, and the ghoul comes out. Ha ha ha. Yeah? And if you drink enough, you get fully possessed. The next day, your friends and family go, do you know what you said last night? You say, I have no idea. What happened? Because when someone's possessed, they don't remember anything. Yeah. Because they're not in control of anything. The spirit, the ghoul, is in charge.
Okay, what about ayahuasca? Because they say, ayahuasca
and by the way,
alcohol is the same. It's also bad. Ayahuasca is also bad as an alcohol. Can you explain?
But here's the thing, though. So if you wanted to have dark spirits possess you. In voodoo, they train by getting so drunk off of their form of alcohol that they eventually, the spirit takes them once, takes them twice, takes them 3 times. So when you see a voodoo practitioner, they don't have to drink. They take the alcohol, put it in their mouth. As soon as they remember the taste, they go, poof, they spit it out, they're possessed immediately. Because they've trained and that with that spirit to take possession so fast. If you've ever gotten drunk off of something, you have alcohol poisoning one time, you can't even smell the tequila again.
Yeah.
This is because you're like, oh, no, thank you. But if you were dark, you would say, aha, now it's back. And there are many types of ways, and seances, the same way that people go to a church together to pray to God and angels, you can get together and you can pray to dark forces. And you have channels, and you have seances, and you have sacrifices to bring the dark spirits in, to take possession into the one person who's the channel, to then go take charge. So, and blood sacrifices are a big part of that.
Okay, what about ayahuasca and alcohol? What's the difference? Because it's people saying
There's
it's
a big
also
difference.
Okay, what's the difference?
Well, people are saying it's as bad. Well, those people have never experienced it, have they?
No, but it doesn't matter. Maybe they don't never experience alcohol as well, but they also say it's bad. So
Sure.
for those who never experienced
alcohol, the word ayahuasca is the name of the spirit of Mother Earth. So regardless of if you believe in Jesus as the Messiah, Jesus as God, Muhammad, Abraham, Buddha, whoever and whatever you believe, the path that they walked to guide you in your spiritual journey to get to heaven, every person that ever walked this earth used their legs and walked. They drank water from the earth. They ate plants from the earth. They breathed the air from the earth. So ayahuasca comes from the Amazonian rainforest. The Amazon is 5% of the earth. The Amazon is the womb of the body of the earth. And in the Amazon, they call the spirit of Mother Nature ayahuasca. So to say that Mother Earth's spirit is bad when you drink it, then why is it not bad when you eat salad? Because what we're talking about is ancient wisdom of the earth put through a plant, given as an opportunity for all of us to learn her wisdom directly or not, free will. You've never seen someone drink ayahuasca and try to take over the world. You've never seen someone drink ayahuasca and ayahuasca gives you a good plan to learn how to take over a bank. You've never seen, ayahuasca doesn't tell you, here's how you go and kill your business partners. You've never seen that. No one's ever said, oh, ayahuasca taught me how to be evil. Ayahuasca teaches people their own evil by putting it right in your face.
Right.
Shows you your weakness by putting it right in your face.
Right.
Shows you your goodness by putting it right in your face.
Right.
And then cleans you, and then goes, now do what you want with your life.
Yeah.
But don't pretend you don't know the difference between good and evil.
Yeah. Yeah, Madre, I have to say, my gosh, learned so much with it.
Never ask anybody to do anything. It just shows you what you can do.
Yeah. No,
no one's ever got,
they want the
no one's ever,
translation.
sorry.
Насчет алкоголя, да, я уже сказала, насколько можно много увидеть страшных событий под воздействием алкоголя, какие людям приходят идеи, мысли, это от демона, которые страшные, от этой страшной темной энергии. А тут пишут по поводу айваски тоже, что типа, ну вот, как бы, да, это тоже типа что-то вредное и плохое. Он говорит, это то же самое, что всегда люди пили воду, всегда люди ели то, что растет на земле. То есть айваска это которое выросло дерево, это дерево, которое растет в лесах Амазонии. Амазония занимает 5% нашей планеты. И получается, что выпив айваску, не было ни единого случая, что кто-то пошел кого-то убивать, грабить, убивать своего партнера, делать какие-то вот такие вещи. То есть ты можешь увидеть темный дух, темный, скажем так, ну да, темную часть себя. Потому что ты, когда выпиваешь айваску, это, кстати, почему люди иногда видят что-то страшное, это то, что страшное внутри тебя находится, и мадре тебе это показывает. У них айваска переводится как мадре на испанском, как мать, природа. И она учит тебя, если ты хорошее имеешь, она тебе прям в лицо, ты видишь именно это хорошее. Если плохое, то это плохое. И потом мадре тебе не говорит, айваска, что тебе делать. Она тебе показала и говорит потом, то есть получается, что ты уже не можешь сказать, ой, я не знал этого, ой, а я не знаю про себя это. Ты просто это увидел, и ты уже не можешь жить так. Почему это меняет очень сильно людей? Потому что ты уже больше не можешь быть прежним, ты не можешь игнорировать своих демонов, которые внутри тебя находятся, или свою ту хорошую, добрую часть, которую невозможно не взрастить. Вот. Но могу самое главное добавить, что очень важно это делать там, где это, в принципе, природой заложено, где это легально, потому что в нашей стране это нелегально, как и во многих других странах. Поэтому если и делать этот, как бы, духовную эту практику, то делать это тогда там, где природа это взрастила. I'm just also saying that because, you know, I don't want people to go and like find ayahuasca because you know how many like stupid idiots pretending being shamans and serving them the medicine without knowing how to deal with this and how to, you know, not to harm people as well.
Well, that's the problem with things becoming popular. Things
Это
become
была
popular
сакральная
and then...
церемония, которая была доступна только самым высокодуховно развитым людям раньше. Это просто сейчас стало очень популярно, и очень многие появился доступ к этому. Но я тоже думаю, что это не просто так, что он появился доступ, потому что, видимо, уже люди настолько отошли от природы, что, видимо, им нужен даже такой доступ, потому что очень часто...
I just loaded. I did a podcast episode.
But you can't type on the link here, even if you...
Oh,
you know, it's impossible. There is no link that you can type and
I'll post it. I'll post it in my I'll post it in my profile. The link. Mm-hmm. I did the 1 hour podcast episode. What is ayahuasca? And so they can like, you know, listen to that.
Okay, you can check on Omar's page later the link. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I heard that people can't even go outside. It's crazy. Go outside, get some fresh air.
Yeah. What is your religion, by the way?
I mean, I'm either the most religious person you've ever met or the least. It just depends on your perspective. I studied all of them. My father was an Afghan Muslim. My mother is a Roman Catholic.
Афганистанец, он мусульманин, его отец, а мама...
Roman Catholic.
Католичка.
And me, I studied all of them since I
И
can
он
read.
все религии изучал.
I studied all of them since I can read. So I understand all of the descendants of Abraham through Ishmael, Isaac, Jacob, all the understandings of the monotheistic religions, the mysticism behind them, from Kabbalah to Sufism to Gnosticism, and then of course all the spiritual paths that most people have never even heard of, from Jainism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, animism, which leads into shamanism. You know, I give talks on all this stuff, like everywhere. Doesn't matter which one.
Okay.
Because to pick one religion, to say you're religious is picking one religion. You can't say, oh, here's Adam and Eve, and here is Abraham, and let me pick one of the stories after that and say I understand everything. You have to understand all of it. Even if you can say you're Christian or you're Catholic or you're Muslim, you can be anything, but to understand to be a spiritual part of the world, you have to understand all the beliefs, in my opinion. The world becomes a much...
I just got an idea. Why don't we do like a meditation with everybody?
Okay. Will it sound good?
Yeah.
Will it sound good? Like I have a microphone or something?
We will just make an announcement at one point, which is going to be good for you. And you can we can do the meditation with everybody, let's say like this weekend.
Okay. Like with flutes and stuff, or?
Yeah, Amar, I have to say you are the best shaman in the world. I'm so happy I met you. I'm so happy I know you. I'm so happy I experienced everything I experienced with you. I have to say I grow my soul and my heart and my consciousness so much since I met you. I was a bit lost, and I have to say, since the day when in Miami we did the first ceremony, I never felt that I was actually lost again anymore. Even if I had the like hard times, but I was so kind of like, I don't know, like the knowledges and the I don't know how to say that, the presence that I've got to feel since I met you, it's incredible.
Oh, that's very sweet. Hey, it's just I appreciate it. Was it Miami or was it
Miami?
Wasn't that Monaco? Oh yeah,
no,
Miami.
No, it was Miami. And you know what is funny?
Right.
I was not even supposed to do that. I'm just gonna share it because you don't know that day I got sick. I went to Miami for work.
Yeah, I remember you were sick.
Yeah, I had a photo shoot, and then I came only for 2 nights. So we worked that day, and I got sick, and I got like cold. I couldn't move my neck. So, and I felt that my body was like, my nose was running, my throat was hurting. So I was about to get sick the next day. My body, I would be like sick. So, you know, when your muscle hurts, like when your bones start hurting, in order like when you about to get sick. So the night before, remember we had the meeting with my friends, 2 girls.
Yeah, that's right.
And so we spoke about ayahuasca. We told them about everything. And I already experienced back then maybe 5 times in my life or 6. And the next day, my friend is calling me. She never tried anything. And she can only take alcohol like this much because she gets from anything, she gets so she takes a little bit because she doesn't like to be drunk. Even if she takes just a little bit. So she was calling me the next day and she was like, look, my friend desperately need this ceremony. She told me, can you please do the ceremony with us? And I was not even supposed to do it because I was just sick. I didn't feel good. So I went there to do the ceremony because of them. And she was like, I'm ready to do it as well myself because my friend needs it very much. So we went there. You had like maybe 10, 15 people there. And I remember I was lying next to the door, next to the garden door, to the terrace. And so when the ceremony, first time ever, I did 6 times. Okay, not much, but still a lot for me because I do once a year. I lie down and I had the light came. There's such a bright light, like when your eyes are closed and the light is as bright as this in your eyes, you know, like so bright with closed eyes. And it starts scanning my body with the sound, with the light, with the vision and the physical feeling. So it wasn't that me. It was like zooming kind of like into me. And I know it's hard to believe. People will probably gonna say I'm crazy, but you know
whatever
how it works. Yeah. So started like scanning me, and you know my ayahuasca ceremony always lasts less than anybody's. So I get like in 40 minutes.
1 hour.
Like 1 hour max, yeah.
It's impressive.
So when the people like there for 6 hours, I mean, like, give me another cup. You know? Sometimes I ask for another one, but listen, it scanned my body, and when everybody was under the ayahuasca, so I stood up because it's finished for me in an hour. Omar, my throat, my nose, my neck, everything was perfect. Gone. And you were the first shaman, I did ceremony 6 times or 5 before, who's healing me. Like with with you, I get cured and healed.
Well, that's what's
right?
supposed to happen.
Yeah, but nothing happened before. So
That's crazy.
anyways, I'm so happy that
I can't imagine that.
But you know, the mother brought me. I didn't want to do it, but the mother was like, come. Otherwise, I don't know if I would just, when do I meet you next time?
Ayahuasca, idia soda.
Yeah, exactly. So after 3 months, we did it again in LA. And then I was like, oh my God, that was one of the, at that time, strongest experience I ever had. Because my body, I felt like it was a transformer, like I felt that my body was
blocks.
the size of the building, going through little pieces and the blocks, like spreading like that. I was like, fuck, what is that? But at that time, I already trusted the medicine, so I didn't resist. And I was just observing. I was just there lying down and I was just watching what's going to happen. So imagine that last time in Peru that we had the ceremony, it was maybe 10% of what I had in LA, maybe 5%. So I realized that Madre was preparing me with you for 3 years for that ceremony in Peru. Because what I've got in Peru, I like every experience, if you put them together 15 times that I got before, 10 billion times stronger. But I was ready for it.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point in the journey in life. Even if you look at it, you're talking about something spiritual in nature, right? But if you look at this from just the physical component and you equate this spiritual journey you're talking about 15 times over the course of 8 years, if you correlate this to walking to becoming a marathon runner, eventually you can walk enough where you can start to run, and eventually you run 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, and eventually you will complete the marathon.
Okay, eventually, they were saying that the Peruvian ayahuasca was stronger, but they don't know that Peruvian ayahuasca worked 20 minutes on me only, because the night before,
it was not.
Yeah. So it's not about the Peruvian. It's not about the Peruvian ayahuasca, because we did with Omar 3 nights in a row in Peru. First night we did Omar's ayahuasca that you brought with us, right, from Hawaii.
Doesn't matter where.
Yeah.
My medicine. Yeah.
Yeah, his medicine. So we had like a nice experience. The next day I had local, which I expected to be so strong.
Yeah.
And it was so thick. It went like an egg inside of me, and I was feeling when it was moving in my body. And I had the shortest ever ceremony, 15 minutes. It lasted 15 minutes, Omar. And then the next day, it was the longest ever. Remember? The longest ever, 2 hours it lasted for me, maybe 2 or 2.5. The longest in my entire life.
Well, the first one was just that I remember I was like, okay, I'm going to go in here, because I remember the last time I was there was like dark forces roaming around the jungle. So I had to like tap in and see how, I had to sneak in and find out.
I remember. I was laughing.
I told you I had a mission. I had a shamanic mission I had to discover, like find out how powerful they are, and the shaman warfare sometimes. So I had to do a little reconnaissance mission. So this was like supposed to be light. Then the second ceremony was with Maestro Santiago, and he's going to do whatever he's going to do. But then I knew the first ceremony I'm going to lead is going to be like, finale. Regardless.
I've seen so much at the last night. So much. And I've seen these evil motherfuckers, I'm sorry to say that, but eating the humans and the nature and the planet. And remember, I stood up. I was like, oh my God, we have so much to do. We have
a parasite.
Like, exactly.
Parasite, a virus goes, a virus is a program. It's just information. But a parasite is a living entity. And the parasite's whole goal is to consume the entire body of whatever it is. Whether it's a parasite in your body, whether it's a parasite on the earth. its entire goal is to consume everything.
What I saw that the planet was burning, and they had the fire I had inside of me.
Like a fever.
My soul was burning. My chest was burning. Like there was a fire. Remember, I say water, water. I couldn't even lift my hand because I was so scared to miss all the information I wanted to observe. I wanted to get everything that was showing me. I wanted to see it, and I was just didn't want to distract myself to get up and drink water. And then at one point, I was so thirsty. I was so burning, like alive, that I asked Kumar, like, water, water. They gave me water. I didn't even open my eyes. I just took a sip, and I was like, I have to see everything. I wanted to observe everything that Mother was giving me as a knowledge. It was just amazing. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, burning fire represents the heat, like a fever. And when something has a parasite or a virus in it, the first thing our body does is it turns up the temperature, or creates a fever, what we refer to as a fever, to incinerate anything that's impure and doesn't belong in the system.
Also, what I was trying to say. Anyway, it was just so powerful. It was one of the most powerful, not one of the most powerful. You know, when it starts, the I don't know, the holograms, or like when they start, usually it moves with one speed.
Well, it depends on the song.
But this time, no, because all the songs I know, right? So, and I've been doing it with you like 5 times before. So it was always like going this speed. That this time in Peru was going. I was like, maybe Mother is upset with me. I was like, maybe I did something wrong. I was like, because it took me so far away.
Yeah.
I was coming back into my body for 1 hour. It took me an hour to come back into my body.
At the end of the day, you know, it's all connection. You know, it's all connection. You know, there is a certain amount of elements in the universe, right? The earth, we are made of earth, but the earth is a star floating through the universe, and we are stardust. And so we have in our body, our body is an independent universe with a spirit that we call the human soul. In the same way that the earth is a body of earth that has the spirit inside of it of Mother Nature. And we're one sequential universe with infinite amounts of, you know, hundreds of billions of galaxies and hundreds of billions of planets and hundreds of billions of stars, and some alive and some not, and all different, right? But inside is a spirit inside of everything that makes it all alive, and the connection. So, you know, we have a piece of stardust from every single part of the universe inside of us right now as a part of it.
Right.
And that's what universal oneness is. So it's like when you go and when you drink ayahuasca, you say, oh, I went out so far, or did you go in so deep?
No, I went in before. Remember, I told you I couldn't get out. Remember, I was telling you I always get in. And that night I got out first time in 5 years.
No, but my point is that one day you see yourself going through this cosmic umbilical cord deeper into the beginning of the universe, only to realize that you're going deeper down the DNA within your body, and then you realize it's all the same thing. The story of the universe is encoded into the story of our DNA with minor changes between you and I. The difference between a potato and a human is like two codes. Mm-hmm. There's no difference necessarily. It's just the perception of consciousness, and the ability to create and perceive reality is different between a human and a potato out in the ground. But that's what collective consciousness is. Mm-hmm. Collective consciousness. You see, the ant, people say, oh, you can eat fish because the fish doesn't feel pain. That's not true. Everything that's alive can feel pain.
Yeah, for sure.
The difference between something that lives in water as opposed to something that walks on the earth is that the fish doesn't need independent consciousness because it's a part of the collective consciousness inside of water.
Right.
Water is liquid crystals. We are 70 to 80% water in this body we call, in this body of water itself, right? And spirit lives in water. So you take the body of an ayahuasca vine or a marijuana plant and you put it into oil or water, and the spirit leaves the body or the plant and goes into the liquid and you can drink it, right? And this is alchemy. Alchemy is a separation of spirit from matter. And the same way that we can do this through using any form of plant medicines, the same way that a lot of the other people use drugs, you know, they take acid and then they, and then they think they're smarter, right? But you can be smart in the form of thinking, but you can also be wise in the form of spiritual knowingness. And that's the big difference is you see people bring a certain level of self-knowingness through ayahuasca, which as above, so below, as within, so without. These basic 7 principles of the cosmic laws or the universal laws, we don't even need to know them from reading it. We understand it through these experiences of ayahuasca and other plant medicines and meditation and all other things. But there's just nothing that works like. I
have to say, the last thing I want to say is that since in Miami, first time, what was it, like 4 or 5 years ago? 4 years ago when we met, and when I first time did ayahuasca was there with you. Since then, I don't drink alcohol at all, even a sip, even a glass of champagne. It's since that day.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, the difference is we can make decisions to stop doing things, but with ayahuasca, it somehow becomes like simple, like. All of a sudden, someone eats meat every day. I used to eat red meat like 3 times a day. I used to just every 3 meals a day red meat, and then all of a sudden ayahuasca. Yeah. No, I didn't, and then I just never gone. Yeah. I didn't touch it for years.
Yeah, me neither. So once I did ayahuasca 5 or 6 years ago, and then since that day I couldn't eat meat for 3 years, 3.5 years. I couldn't touch. I couldn't look at the meat. But then it came back. And now I feel like my body wants it and need it, so I listen to my body.
Know thyself. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
The same problem with all other forms of spiritual understandings and experiences you'll see with ayahuasca. Never will there be, never should anyone accept an ayahuasca religion from the perspective of rules, right and wrong. We don't need anyone to tell us what's right and what's wrong. We can feel right and wrong. Ayahuasca connects us to the earth and to our ancient past that lives within us, through our ancient origins. Think back to when there were no books. What, was everyone just running around killing each other? No. We can feel what's good and what's bad.
Right.
We can feel what's good and what's bad, and we don't need. Right. And as ayahuasca becomes more popular and more known, you're going to see fake prophets. You're going to see books on religious books based on ayahuasca. It's already in Brazil, but it's like they take the Catholic Church and merge it with ayahuasca and have their own versions of prophets. And and medicines in the shamanic world, like ayahuasca and all of the other shamanic medicines, are tools to connect us to ourselves, to the earth, to the universe, to our ancestors through awakening the DNA. Dormant DNA means it's asleep. And we wake it up through medicines and vibration. That's why the codes of what you're seeing with ayahuasca are so important. You know, those are all codes to move through things, to take you somewhere that's within all of us, because we all have a collective origin. You know, we all came from the same seed, so to speak, and we're certainly all experiencing it on the same star called Earth.
Omar, when we're gonna have a ceremony retreat in Spain?
As soon as we'll all know at the same time. When Spain ends their quarantine and allows flight travel, we'll announce a date with enough time for people to get themselves prepared. I don't know how long that would be. Maybe a few weeks after, maybe the following month. I don't know, but I was very, 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 very excited for that, because my plan was to do a retreat in Spain for our European friends on a regular basis. So that was my birthday was right before. I was going to have a birthday, and then I was going to go right to Spain and have a 7-day retreat. So
your birthday was recently?
Yeah, March 30th.
Oh my God. Yeah. Did I say happy birthday?
Of course. I don't know, but yes. sure. But no, I don't know. We were quarantined. The world was quarantined.
Okay, so we're
I don't
going
remember.
to Jordan, right? You and me, two of us.
Have to go. Deserts, Egypt, Jordan, documentary.
Wow. You and
We
me.
need to do this documentary. I'm telling you. We need to go
You
to
and
Jordan.
me in the desert taking ayahuasca for two of us without ceremony. Wow.
We need to film this.
Wow. I
Or
know.
maybe not that. I don't know.
I know who's gonna film this. Don't worry.
If anyone's watching that makes documentaries or wants to make a show that's going to be amazing, message one of us.
My heart is pumping, and I mean, it's giving me the signal that I have to go with you to that trip.
Amazon, Sedona, Arizona, which many believe is a cradle of civilization. The Jordanian deserts, Egypt, which, by the way, in the Jordan also has to do with the tribes of John the Baptist in the Jordan River, where Jesus was baptized. There's a whole thing about that. Then Africa, and what did I name? Anyway, there's 8 places.
Yeah. Okay.
8 ancient places. Iraq.
We will start with the desert.
Iraq, in modern day Sumeria. Imagine.
Okay, darling, I'm gonna go to bed. We're gonna be cut off soon because it's been another hour now.
Okay.
Like this. So
Good night, everyone.
we will do the meditation one day. Yeah.
Okay. I have microphones and stuff, so we do it for sure. We just announce it ahead of time.
Yeah.
And I'll set up microphones and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, love you, darling.
Love you too. Take care.
Thanks a lot for
Thank you.
spending time with us.
Aho.
Ну что, это было, конечно, невероятно. Я надеюсь, что... Я извиняюсь, что не получилось все перевести, но, может быть, получится скачать эфир, поставить субтитры и потом загрузить это все в эфир, вернее, IGTV или на YouTube, потому что очень много было чего интересного. И что еще могу вам сказать? Спасибо вам большое за то, что вы надоедливо слушали ту речь, которую вы не понимаете. Вот. Так что да. Эфир был интересный. Для тех, кто понимал на английском, он действительно был интересный. Buenas noches, muchas gracias por todo. Gracias, guys. Я пошла спать, потому что я устала, сегодня рано встала. Простите меня, пожалуйста. Я вас обнимаю, целую. Я вам потом все расскажу как-нибудь. Я очень рада, что... Целую, обнимаю. Всем хорошего вечера. Вот, что мы обязательно с вами сделаем с Омаром медитацию. Я на выходных, может быть, сделаю нам эфир, где Омар проведет медитацию. Завтра у нас эфир на Супер в 5 часов по Москве на странице Супер.ру с Аленой Блин. Вот, в пятницу у меня эфир с Катей, которая обещала вам по поводу 5G, по поводу вакцинации. Она как раз с Робертом Кеннеди брала у него интервью. Вот, так что, вот. Давайте на выходных